Hello, sports fans. It's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke, and today I am going to do a computer baseball game, Strat-O-Matic, between the 1931 Washington Senators and the 1996 California Angels. I will be taking the visiting Senators, and the computer will control California. So let's get
Welcome
this
to the
party on the
stadium
road.
for today's ball game.
I'll turn the sound down. And we will get started. He's pitching Chuck Finley. And Ozzie Blue Edge is up against Chuck Finley. And that's an out. And now that brings up Sam Rice. And Sam Rice is out. And that brings up Sammy West. And West is out. So now I'm pitching General Crowder. And he will be facing Randy Velarde of California. And that's an out. Jim Edmonds is up against General Crowder. And it looks like Jim Edmonds is going to get a big hit, probably a home run. So it's 1-0 Angels on a Edmonds homer, and that brings up Tim Salmon. And looks like he'll fly out to Rice. And that brings up Chili Davis. A lot of guys I should have pitchers for. I'll have to get on that. And he beats it out. So Chili gets an infield hit. And that brings up J.T. Snow for California with a man on and 2 out. And that's an out. So now we're back at the plate. And we got Joe Cronin facing Chuck Finley. And that might be a hit up the middle. And it is. And we are going to look at stealing a base. And nope, he gets back, but now it's 45%, so I'm not going to try to steal. And we have Dave Harris batting against Chuck Finley. And that was, what was that? Yep, that's a balk on Finley. So now we got Dave Harris up with a man at second and no outs. And Dave Harris looks like he'll fly out. And that brings up Joe Kuehl, the first baseman. And he takes a walk. That brings up Buddy Meyer with 2 on and only 1 out against Finley. And that's an out. Line out to the second baseman, Velarde. So we have Roy Spencer up. And that brings Garrett Anderson to the plate against General Crowder. And that will be a very deep hit, maybe a home run. And no, it's a double. That brings up George Arias against General Crowder. That's going to be a base hit and maybe a run. We'll try to get the runner at home. Nope, didn't work. So now it's 2-0, and Arias is at second with George Fabregas up. And Fabregas looks like he will fly out. And that brings up Gary DeSarcina with one out and a man at second for California. And he gets a base hit. And another run scores, it's 3-0. And Randy Velarde is up. And there's a double play. But it's 3-0 in favor of the California Angels. With Finley pitching to Jackie Hayes. And it looks like a base hit there. And that brings up Ozzie Bluege. And let's see if we can get an infield hit at that. Yes, he did. Infield hit. So now there's 2 runners on with no outs and Sam Rice up against Finley. And maybe he can get an infield hit out of that. Nope, double play. So we have a man at third with 2 outs and Sammy West up. And that's going to be an out, strikeout. So, bottom of the third, and Jim Edmonds up against General Crowder. And he gets a base hit. I think Edmonds is 2 for 2 with a homer and a single. Tim Salmon is up. And that's an out. A line out to first base, and Chili Davis is up. And that's going to be a big hit, maybe a homer. Yes, it is a home run. So General Crowder is getting his butt handed to him. I'm going to go get another pitcher. General Crowder just is not working out. Let's see. Yeah, let's try this Masters guy. Walt Masters. Didn't pitch very much that year. Only had 9 innings pitched, but good statistics. And Anderson's up. Garrett Anderson is up with 2 outs. Nobody on, and he pops out. So Masters gets us out of the inning, but it's 5-0. And Joe Cronin is up. We're going to need some serious on-base guys and base hits to put up enough runs here. Because the 31 Senators, they might have hit some home runs. So that brings up Dave Harris. And Dave Harris gets into one. Might be a home run, maybe a double. So we got Joe Kuhl up. And that's an out. So now there's 2 down. And that brings up Buddy Meyer. And Buddy Meyer is going to be out. So now we are in the bottom of the 4th with Greg Arias up. And we're going to keep we're going to keep Walt Masters out there. That's an out. George Fabregas is up. And he's going to be out. And that brings up Gary DeSarcina. And he is out. So now that brings up Roy Spencer to bat against Chuck Finley. And he's 0 for 1 on the day. And he's going to be 0 for 2. And that brings up Jackie Hayes. And Jackie Hayes is going to get him out. And that brings up Ozzie Blue Edge. And he's out. And now we better go get Masters. And we're going to bring in... I mean, all these guys are kind of like starting pitchers. Although I guess that doesn't really matter. But we're going to try to stay with a reliever theme and bring in this Weaver guy. Who was a guy who was clearly not a starter for them. Or for us. Wait a minute, what happened? Oh, I accidentally put him at DH. Ah, man. Alright. Let's bring in Toshner then. So used to, like, with old-time teams, the pitcher batting, but anyway. So now we've got Toshner and a new guy at DH. I'll just pinch hit for him when he comes up. But this guy did not have very good statistics. In fact, he had terrible statistics. So remains to be seen what he allows these guys to have. Like a base hit right there for Edmonds. Seems to be better against righties. And that's another base hit. So there's 2 on. Chili Davis is up. And Chili Davis might have just hit another home run. Nope. It's a double or something. Let's see. Try to get him out. And no, he scores. And they are just really taking it to the 31 Senators. The bad pitching didn't help, but even General Crowder couldn't get him. And that's going to be a home run, looks like, for JT Snow, so it's even worse. All right, time to go get Toshner. Take him out. We'll put in Furpo Barberry to pitch against Garrett Anderson with 1 out in the 5th. And Greg Arias is up. And that brings up Sam Rice. So now we are in the top of the 6th, down 9-0. Sam Rice batting. Maybe a base hit for Sam? Yes, base hit. And so now that brings up Sammy West. And Sammy West is probably going to fly out. Brings up Joe Cronin. Had a very good card, as you can see. And he may have a double right there. I'm going to hold the runners because we need a lot of runs. We can't have guys getting thrown out when we're down 9-0. So Dave Harris is up. And he's out. And that brings up Joe Kuehl with 2 outs and runners at 2nd and 3rd. Trying to make something happen here. And he doesn't, he strikes out. So Furpo Marbury out to the mound again to face George Fabregas. We're only in the 6th. And that'll be a fly out. And that brings up Gary DeSarcina. And that's it. And then he gets out. And then Randy Velarde with 2 outs. Nobody on in the 6th. And he gets a walk. And so that brings up Edmonds, who's 3 for 3 on the day with a home run. And looks like that was an out. So Buddy Meyer is going to lead off for the Senators here in the top of the 7th. And he gets a nice hit. He gets into one. But no, it's a fly ball. That brings up Roy Spencer. Now, is Roy Spencer the... Let me see. No, that's the next guy. So Roy Spencer will bat. And that's an out. And now that Weaver guy, that Monty Weaver, who I was meant to bring in and pitch, is now the DH. So I am going to pinch hit for him with Heine Manouche, and he'll be the new DH. He gets a nice hit. That might be a home run. And it is. So it's 9-1. We're only down by 8. And Blue Edge might have gotten a home run. And it is. So now it's 9-2. And now Sam Rice comes up. And he gets a base hit. Just imagine if the next guy could get a home run. That brings up Sammy West, though. And they're going to bring in Jason Grimsley to pitch against Sammy West. And that's going to be a pop-out to second base. So, 7th inning stretch. We're going to send Furpo Marbury back out there. He started and he pitched a lot of innings, so he can probably go the rest of the game. And that was an error. And that brings up Chili Davis with Salmon at second and no outs. And he's 3 for 3 with a home run, much like Edmonds was, and Edmonds grounded to short, and so did Chili Davis. So now we got JT Snow up with 1 out and a man at second. And he has a home run today, but he's only 1 for 3, not 3 for 3. And that may be a double. Yes, it's a double. So that drives in a run, and it's 10-2 Angels with Garrett Anderson up. And he lines out to short, and that brings up George Arias. And that's going to maybe be a fly ball, fly out. And it is. And now Grimsley comes back out to the mound. Now he has a 10-2 lead with Joe Cronin batting in the bottom of the 8th. Or in the top of the 8th. Sorry. And he gets a walk. That brings up Dave Harris. There isn't going to be any stealing going on because we're down by 8. And he strikes out. Joe Kuehl's up. And he rips a base hit. Going to hold the runners because, again, we're down by too many. We need a lot of runs. So we need a lot of base runners and a lot of hits with base runners on. And Meyer might have helped out into that effort. And it is. It's a triple. So Meyer hits a 2-run triple, and it's 10-4 with California ahead of the Senators. And we have Roy Spencer up with Meyer at third, down by 6. And there's only 1 out, and that might be a hit. And it is. So now it's 10-5. Look at this. And we got Heine Manouche up. who hit a home run last time, and looks like he got into one again, and maybe at least a double, maybe a home run. A double. We're going to hold the runners, though. We still need runs. There's one out. Ozzie Blues up, and runners at second and third, and Grimsley is getting his butt handed to him. I was just going to say, now they bring in Troy Percival. And that's an out double play. So just as they were starting the big comeback, the Angels squashed it. And now Furpo Marbury pitching to George Fabregas, and he rips a hit. And now Gary DeSarcine is up. No out. Fabregas at first. And that may be a ground ball double play. And no, it isn't. Runner advances to second. It's a fielder's choice. So we got Velarde up with one out. And looks like he maybe flies out to Rice. And now that brings up Jim Edmonds, the man, the myth, the legend, the man of the hour, all of that stuff. And he maybe flied out to Rice. And that's what happened. But now the Angels are up 10-5, and the Senators have got to mount a 5-run comeback rally here in the ninth with Sam Rice up to lead it off. And that's an out. So now we got Sammy West, who's 0 for 4 on the day, not inspiring a lot of hope in the Senators fans. And it looks like he's going to be out. And that brings up Joe Cronin. The old Cronin. And he's going to be out. So we had that one nice inning, but it wasn't enough. And the Angels are going to go on to win this game by the score of 10-5. The loss going to General Crowder, who only pitched 2 1/3, gave up 5 earned runs. And the win going to Chuck Finley, who pitched 6 2/3, gave up 9 hits and walked a guy, but only allowed 2 earned runs, and struck out 7. So I hope you enjoyed that. If there's any other matchups you want to see, let me know. I will be happy to do them. But for right now, it's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke, signing off.